Welcome back, it's DC. I'm back again with another booming crash scalping strategy. If you're watching us for the first time, please consider subscribing, like, and comment on this video. So let's quickly look at the settings for this particular strategy. So I'm gonna delete everything. So the first indicator is gonna be the moving average. With the moving average, it will have a period of 5, shift 0 method exponential, apply to close. Then the style is gonna be 4 pixels with the color black. Then if you go back, we're gonna go back again to the moving average, and it will have now the period 20, method exponential, shift 0, apply to close. Then the style is gonna be white, and you click save. Then you come back again, you go on the oscillators. On the oscillators, we are interested in the RSI. The RSI, we have a period of 14, apply to close, style 2 pixels with the color white. Then the levels, we have 30 and 70, the default levels. We're gonna write buy and sell. Buy on 30 level and sell on 70 level. Then when you're done, just click save, and then you have these settings. So basically, these are the settings that we have on this particular strategy. So let's look at the buying and selling conditions. So the first thing, when you want to sell in crash, is this: you need to wait for price to reach this particular level. Wait for price to cross below the 70 level. So that's the first condition. Wait for price to cross below the 70, like what happened on this particular area. Price crossed below the 70 area level, but you don't immediately take the trade. You wait for the indicators that are there on the main chart. You need to wait for the black line to cross below the white line, like what happened here. Then you're going to sell for 10 candles. So basically, these are the selling conditions in boom. Wait for the RSI to cross below the 70. Wait again for the moving average on the main chart. The black line has to cross below the white line. Once that takes place, you are ready to take your 10 candles. So let's quickly look for another example. And we can see here, we had the black line. We had the RSI here. The RSI crossed below the 70 level on this particular area, and then here we have the moving average crossing each other, the black line going below the white line, and you're going to take your 10 candles and you exit the trade. So when it comes to the stop loss, your stop loss has to be placed just above. You place it just above the previous spike, then you are ready to go. So let's look for another example. We can see here all the conditions were met. Price crossed below the 70 level. Then we wait for the black and the white line to cross each other here, and we're going to take 10 candles and we exit. Let's quickly look at the selling conditions in crash. So in crash, we'll be doing the opposite. We want to wait for price to cross above. Price is to cross above here. It has to cross above the 30 level, and then you wait for price for the crossing of the black and the white line, which took place here, and you're going to take your 10 candles and you exit the market. Then the stop loss has to be placed just below the previous spike. Then you can execute your buy trade. You're buying in crash. So let's look for another example in crash. So one thing that I've noticed with the 5 and the 20 moving average, the black and the white lines, when they cross, no spike in most cases will okay. So the crossing of the black line indicates that price is now ready to move upwards. We can see here, when price was dropping and there were spikes, these lines did not cross. Once the crossing took place, price then started to move upwards like this. So basically, this is how you use this strategy. So wait, again here we had an example. Wait for the crossing. The price is to cross the 30 line. Wait for the black and the white line to cross above, then you are good to go. So with this strategy, to increase its effectiveness, or if you want to be more accurate, you need to identify the prevailing trend that is there in that particular market on higher time frames. For example, the H4, you can see this was working perfectly. Why? Because price was moving up during this phase. So if So you need to identify the trend on higher time frame. This can increase the profitability or the accuracy of this strategy. So you need to buy when crash is in a bullish trend on H1 or H4. This will increase your chances of getting more accurate signals. Then let's quickly look at how we can use this strategy in booming crash 500. So I would recommend that when it comes to booming crash 500, you need to wait. Okay, here we had an example. We're going to be selling. So you need to wait here. Okay, let's look for what took place here. We can see our stop loss was going to be placed just above. Our stop loss is above this previous spike, and here we had a crossing. The price on this particular level crossed below the 70, and here we had a crossing. And then we're only going to be taking only 5 candles in crash 500, only 5 candles, and then we exit. We see we had say about 7 candles here, around here, 5 candles, then you exit. And you can see even if there were spikes, eventually price then dropped downwards. So let's look for another example in crash. Let's look for another example in okay, let's look for another example in boom 500. You can see here when price crossed below the 70, you wait, and then you go on the your main chart. The black line crossed below the white line at this particular area. This is where you're going to execute your trade here, and then we are the crossing of the 70 here, and then you're going to take your 5 candles, then you exit the market. Again, here with an example, we can see all the conditions were met. One, we had price crossing below the 70, and we also had the crossing of the black and white line here, and then we're going to get our 5 candles, then we exit the market. So basically that's how you use the strategy in boom 500. Let's look at crash 500 and see how we can use this strategy. Okay, we can see here price crossed above the 30, and we had a crossing here. We're going to get our 5 candles and we exit the market. Let's look for one more example. Okay, like what I was explaining, you see here we had price crossing above the 30. We had the crossing around this area. So you wait for the crossing on the main chart, then you get your 5 candles, then you exit the market. And let's quickly look at how we're gonna use this strategy on crash 300. So on crash 300, I would recommend that you only take at least 3 candles. Why? Because this market, you have different volatility. So here you wait for the conditions, you only take 3 candles, then you exit the market. Okay, in crash 300, we have an example here. We can clearly see that here price crossed above the 30, and we had a crossing on the main chain when the black crosses above the white, and we're going to get our 3 candles, then we exit the market. It doesn't mean that the 3 candles are the maximum. So when you continuously use this strategy, you see that there's a possibility for you to take more candles, especially if the trend is supporting a buy in crash 300. Then in crash in boom 300, let's look at boom 300. Boom 300, where are you? Boom 300, we want to sell in boom 300. Okay, here we had an example in boom 300. Price crossed below the 70, and there was a crossing of the black and white line here. You're going to take your 3 candles, then you exit the market. So basically this is how the strategy works. Let's talk about our services. So we have our copy trading services where we can do account management for you. We now have 2 types of copy trading. We still have the old one where you pay a subscription fee of $50, and we can trade your account for 2 weeks, and our profit target will be 300, and the initial deposit must be 150. But we've introduced a new account management where we share profit equally. So what we're currently doing is this: we want at least 20 people who are going to deposit $50, and then once the account balance reaches 1,000 dollars, then we start trading that account. Then as long as whenever we double our profit, we make maybe another extra 1,000, we share our profit equally. So we now have that account management services. Then we also have our mentorship programs. If you are a beginner trader, or maybe you've been trading but you haven't been that successful, we also have mentorship program where we focus on 5 main pillars. We have price action, we have smart money concept, indicator based strategies, we have trading psychology, and risk management. So these are the 5 pillars of our mentorship program. So it is split in two, where if you want us to have a one-on-one on a maybe per week, we can have 3 or 4 sessions where I will be having lessons, at least 2-hour or 1-hour lessons. That one is $200. Then if you want pre-recorded videos on our mentorship classes, because we've been doing this for a very long time, we have a lot of videos, you can get access to these videos for $50. Then we still have our VIP signal services, and we give signals on booming crash, volatility, step index, jump indices, and also the drift shift indices. So you can also join for these VIP services. The details are there in the description. Just get in touch and inquire about the services that you might be interested. Then we also have our spark detectors for booming crash. We have finally uploaded them on MQL5, so you can now purchase these spike detectors on MQL5. And don't forget to put a review and rate these spike detectors on MQL5. So this is now good. You can now check the review from people who have actually used and purchased the product, and you can get an honest, not biased review from that platform. Then we also have our our indicators for other assets for volatility, and other EAs are also there. If you're interested in purchasing these EAs, that's still available. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. Bye bye for now.